Welcome home to St. Anne's. One of the greatest gifts. We want you to know that you're welcome to join us at 10 a.m. on Sundays. Please be sure to hit subscribe to receive our sermons. We can't wait to meet you.
Our sisters that just ain't gonna preach. Because, you see, we affluent, middle class, upper middle class America doesn't like these scriptures. Like this great cloud of witnesses, did you go read through what the great cloud of witnesses is in Paul? We got people sawed in half. We get people running around in skins. We get people murdered and decapitated. Anyone else be like, I want to be part of that great cloud of witnesses? You're like, yeah, no, thanks, I'm good. I don't know, maybe it's just me that has no interest in being decapitated, sawn in half, none of that. I like being fairly comfortable. I'm not going to lie to you. I like that my car warms my butt in the winter. That's how much I enjoy being spoiled, okay? I love being spoiled. So these scriptures, they're not going to, just ain't going to preach. It's just not going to sell well. These are not the, let's go out and grow our church. I am not going to tell you, this week I want you to go tell 2 friends about what you heard today in church and invite them in. But Christianity, probably going to get you murdered. At the very least, tortured. It'll sell. Mark my words. They'll be like, going to that St. Anne's next week. Yup. All right, but let's talk about it. Because we live in the land of secular Christianity. The worst thing that ever happened to Christianity was the Middle Ages when it went mainstream. And we have been living white Christianity ever since. And it's been tied up in these weird, messy ways with society and secularism, and it's fantastic. You all have heard fantastic things that you were told were in the Bible, but then I stand up and I tell you that's not actually in the Bible. I had somebody be like, well, I shouldn't have to wear a mask. I'm not my brother's keeper. That's literally what we are. Literally. So if you come and be like, I shouldn't have to do that in church. I'm not in charge of those other people. Yeah, we literally are. At the very basic, we are. But we have allowed Christianity to be co-opted, right, by the secular world that we live in. So much so that we believe very strongly that Jesus rides unicorns, hands out wishes, and is nice to everybody, right? Anyone else grew up in evangelical Missouri Christianity where you got the cute little wristband that said WWJD? I have some PTSD head nods. You've been there, right? What would Jesus do? That's what WWJD stands for. What would Jesus do? In secular Christianity, Jesus would be nice. Jesus would be nice. Jesus doesn't argue with his parents. He does. Jesus never tells anyone anything rude. He does. Never gets mad. He does. And generally speaking, is a nice little girl with a skirt just here. Because, men can't see your knees. They get confused if they see your knees. And we girls are in charge of boys being confused. So, probably going to wear a long sleeve shirt and hair down to here, probably braided and put up. You guys are familiar with this, right? What happens when Christianity goes mainstream? It's not good. And in fact, people right now like to tell you how Christianity is under attack. We Christians are under attack. To be honest, I wish we were, because we are at our best when we are under attack. When we have been driven underground and we are called to really, truly live the gospel because we really, truly believe it, not because it's convenient, then we're at our best. We haven't been at our best since the 50s. As soon as secular Christianity hit, we've been at our worst. We've done some really ugly, nasty things when we've had control of things. We are at our worst when we are in control. We are at our best when we are called to be different and we are called up against a culture that calls us to be a certain way, and we say, no, that's not how we live. We say, no, we are our brother's keeper. No, everyone is created equally. God loves everyone. God loves the person I dislike just as much as God loves me. Ooh, that hurts, doesn't it? Who wants to hear that? Have you met the people that you don't like? They're annoying. And the idea that God loves them as much as God loves me is the worst. And yet, that is what we proclaim. And so when Jesus comes to us today, Jesus is mad, okay? Jesus is mad. So when you hear WWJD, when someone tries to use that against you of like why you shouldn't argue with people about welcoming all people and all people having rights and, and people are like, yeah, but my pie, I don't want to lose any pie. I don't want rights for those people because what if I lose something? So when those people are like, what would Jesus do? Jesus wouldn't talk to me like that. Be like, yeah, Jesus would. Jesus would probably take a bullwhip and tear down a bunch of stuff, probably would scream at you, and definitely would make fun of some of the stuff that you're saying right now. Because Jesus is funny too. Not only does Jesus get mad, but Jesus is also funny. But you have to understand Greek to understand some of that stuff. So anyway, so let's talk about it. Because Jesus is really, really frustrated. And because the disciples, just like you and me, really want to be popular. They really want to be comfortable. They really want to be popular. They really want really good pension plans and churches that are like big arenas and have like rock bands and stuff. And like all the kids want to go to that church because they got a fun youth group. That's where all the popular kids go. Don't lie. You want to go to that church too. You know you do. Everybody wants pizza after church. Except for me, I want coffee. But we are drawn to popularity. We are drawn to desire that. We are drawn to want to be successful. I would love to have a Tesla. I would love to be the coolest kids in my neighborhood. I would love to have this huge church that I don't worry about the income level. Ask your vestry what it's like to work with me on a budget. It's a real thrill. We all want popularity. And so can you understand why Jesus is mad? Because Jesus has been saying, no. But we're like, yeah, but wouldn't it be cool if we did this thing? Wouldn't it be cool? And just no, stop. So Jesus is frustrated because all of this is being co-opted by the group, right? And so he's like, stop obsessing with nice, okay? I didn't come here to play nice. And so sometimes when you're yelling at your kids, you say the extreme, not exactly what's probably accurate, but you go a little bit further. Anyone else? No, that's just me. That's just my parenting technique. I'm going to pull over this car and you're going to have to walk home. I ain't never pulling a car over, and ain't nobody walking home. But you say it, right? So Jesus is really mad. And so Jesus is like, I'm pulling over this car, and y'all walking home. And they're like, okay, Jesus is mad. Jesus is going to pull over the car. And so Jesus is like, I didn't come to bring you a false sense of peace, because peace for you and I is having our butt have a heat warmer in the winter. Okay, that's what we think peace is. We think peace is everything being comfortable and nice and cozy. That's not what peace is. Peace is knowing that there are things that matter more than the things that we feel anxious about. Does that make any sense? That literally sounded terrible, didn't it? It did not sound that way in my head. Okay, so peace is not the absence of chaos. It's knowing that our chaos matters less than something else that is worth striving for. So I am at peace within myself It is not an external force, but a peace within myself that all of these things can be going on, but I have purpose and peace within myself because I know that I'm living for something different, okay? So peace is not the absence of chaos. It is the knowledge that in that chaos, there is purpose within our chaos. So that's, I'm just going to tell you right now, nice is one of the best friends of evil. You think it's, see, this is one of my favorite quotes that comes out of World War II, out of the Holocaust, is hate is not the opposite of love. Love is not the opposite of hate. Indifference is. It's our ability to care more about our comfort that has always put Christianity at risk. Never the rude and the mean and all that stuff. It is the fact that you and I believe nice is a measure of faith. Nice is not a measure of faith. Nice is not a measure of Christianity. Jesus isn't nice. Nice allows evil to occur. Because nice is like, oh, it would be rude if I pointed out that was racist. You've been there. You know you've been there in your workplace or somewhere and somebody makes an inappropriate joke. Don't you lie. We've all done it and we've let it go. To be nice. Because to call out that sexist, racist, homophobic, cultural, like xenophobic joke would cause discomfort. And we can't do that because that's not Midwestern nice. And Midwestern nice is now what Christianity looks like. Christianity isn't Midwestern nice. Jesus ain't Midwestern nice. And sometimes you and I are called to be uncomfortable in the name of the gospel. Now, I really, truly believe that it's very rare that any of us are going to be sawn in half. But I promise you, it will feel like it. I promise you, it will feel like it. When you're in those awkward situations, when you're at Thanksgiving dinner and somebody says something inappropriate, and you know they will. Somebody's going to say something like, and you're going to, that was definitely racist right there, but I don't want to be uncomfortable. And one of the convenient things about being middle class and white is like you can get by with a lot. It's pretty convenient. I don't have to worry about racism. You want to know why I don't have to worry about racism? Because I'm white. I'm perfectly comfortable. I don't have to get out of my comfort zone. You want to know why I, as a straight person, can be okay with homophobia? Because my family looks a certain way. And I look a certain way. And I behave a certain way. So I don't have to be uncomfortable if I don't want to be. And being uncomfortable feels like you being sawed in two. It does. Calling out someone's homophobic statements, it's going to feel uncomfortable. You and I aren't called to nice. We aren't called to comfort. We're called sometimes to make things feel like it's being rent in two. Sometimes we are called to that, and that's okay. Because nice is the friend of evil. And brothers and sisters, I want to say to you that evil is a myth, that it's not true, that it's ridiculous, you don't need to worry about it. Because, you know, we live in nice, safe communities in Lee Summit. Do you know we don't have poor people in Lee Summit? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was one of my favorite things that I was handed when I moved here. Oh, yeah, we don't have that here. We don't have a race issue here. Nope. If we just yell loud enough, we don't have an issue with that here. I don't have gay people in my family, so I can make homophobic jokes at Thanksgiving. Yeah, we do. And if you are ever in a situation where you get to choose silence over discomfort, take a second and reflect on your privilege. Privilege is being able to stay silent. Privilege is not that your life is going to be easy or that you're never going to know discomfort or that you won't ever be poor or that you won't ever struggle. Privilege is the fact that there are certain characteristics that you possess that will not force you to be that way. Okay, and that's an important distinction because we all know those people who are like, well, I don't have privilege. I struggled. Yeah, you did. We struggle, but you're not struggling because of this characteristic that you have no control over. Okay? That's what privilege is. So if you're in a situation where something makes your skin crawl, and you get to choose between saying something and being uncomfortable or staying silent and being comfortable, always choose discomfort because you have the privilege of choice and somebody else doesn't. And somebody else's life is on the line. Somebody else's very existence is on the line, and they don't get the choice of silence and comfort or loud and discomfort. That is their existence. And that is why I'm here to tell you that silence and niceness is the enemy of justice. It is the friend of evil. So when Jesus gets mad, do you understand why Jesus is mad? Because you and I have been using Jesus to shut people up for a long time. We've been using Jesus to be comfortable for a really long time. Jesus is mad. And frankly, we should be too. Well, that was a happy one.
We want you to
Good
know
news, I didn't
that
tell
you're
you.
welcome to join us at 10 a.m. on Sundays. Please be sure to hit subscribe to receive our sermons. We can't wait to meet you.